Hello everyone, welcome to Tkinter Hub. And welcome to Student Management and Registration Project. In the previous video, we had create student dashboard interface. Simply we can switch pages frames, with clicking pages options. In every page frame, we have added a label. In this video, we will continue to create student dashboard. In this video, we will create some dashboard pages interface, and we will create some functionalities. So let's start this video. Here is student dashboard page function. First here I will open student login page. Before start to work on student dashboard, we will link student dashboard with student login page. For example, if a student will enter their ID number and password for login their account. If the student entered ID number and password will correct, and if the student will press login button, then we will display student dashboard page. So let's see how we will link student dashboard with student login page. Here inside in the student login page function, here in the login account function. In the login account function, here we are checking, student entered ID number and password. If these both conditions will true, then means student entered ID number and password is correct. For display student dashboard page, from student login page, simply we need to destroy student login page frame, and then we need to call student dashboard page. When student entered ID number and password will correct, then simply here I will destroy student login page frame. And then simply we will call student dashboard page. And also here I will update root window, because sometime root window may not show changes. Let's if I try to log in student account. Here I will enter correct ID number and password. Here you can see, when I click login button, then student dashboard open. Now let's talk about how we will display logged in student details in dashboard home page. Basically in the login account function, here we are displaying student dashboard, when student entered ID number and password is correct. For access and display logged in student details, in student dashboard, we will use logged in student ID number. So in the student dashboard function, we will takes and pass student ID number as argument. Here is student login page, student ID number entry box variable. So we will get logged in student ID number, from ID number entry box where student entered their ID number. Now we will add a parameter to student dashboard function, for take student ID number, as argument. Using logged in student ID number, we will fetch logged in student details from database. Here I will pass this logged in student ID number to student dashboard function. Now let's see example by printing logged in student ID number from student dashboard function. Here I will simply print logged in student ID number argument, which we are passing from student login page. You can see, logged in student ID number printed. Using logged in student ID number, we will fetch student picture and details from database, and then we will display in home page. Now we will create a function, which will help us to fetch student data from database. Before here I will collapse some code from student dashboard function, because for now we don't need to touch this code. Collapsing code is a PyCharm functionality, which will not actually delete the code. Actually this functionality will hide your code in editor. Now the way is clear, we can code easily. If you want to collapse your code in PyCharm editor, simply you need to select your code which you want to collapse, and then simply press Ctrl and dot button. And by pressing this plus button, you can uncollapse your code. Now let's create a function, which will help us to fetch student data from database, using student ID number. In the fetch student data function, we will take SQL query as argument. Here I paste some code. Basically this code will make connection with database, for perform operations with database. So here I will execute given query from argument. And here I am getting fetched response of query. And here we will return fetched response of query. Basically this function will takes SQL query in argument, and then it will execute given query, and also it will fetch and return data from database, which you ask in query for fetch. Let's test this function. Here in the student dashboard function, we will use fetch student data function, for fetch student details using logged in student ID number. Here I will write SQL query, which will fetch student details includes, name, age, gender, class, phone number, email. Here I will write a condition in query, which will fetch these mentioned student details, by targeting student ID number. So here targeted student ID number will this logged in student ID number. Basically this SQL query will fetch student details, which student logged in their account. Let's print the response of query. Here I will enter correct ID number and password. Here you can see, logged in student details printed. Student all details printed, which we mentioned in query for fetch. So we will display these student details in dashboard home page. And also let's see how we will fetch student picture. Same as, we will fetch logged in student picture, as we fetch the details. In the image column we stored all students' pictures in database. This query will fetch student picture by targeting student ID number. Let's print the response of query. Here you can see, logged in student picture binary data printed. Now student picture is in binary form, so we need to convert to this binary data, into a file-like object. For consider, as a image file. Now instead of creating a temporary PNG file, for store picture binary data, for convert into a image file. Instead of this we will use a Python built-in module, which will allow you to create file-like object, in memory buffer. The io module is a Python built-in module. It used for handling data streams. You can use the io module to read and write data streams, without creating physical files. It provides classes like open to work with data streams in a consistent way. BytesIO is a class of Python io module. It's provide file-like object that operates on in-memory buffer of bytes or binary. It allows you to create a like file, for store binary or bytes in memory, without creating a physical file. Let's see how we will store logged in student picture binary data, in BytesIO memory buffer, and how we will consider it, as in picture format. Here I will create a BytesIO object, which will provide a memory buffer. Memory buffer means, like a temporary area in computer memory, for read and write data. So here I will pass, logged in student picture binary data, in BytesIO class, as argument, for store student picture binary in memory buffer. But before I want to show you, that the fetched picture binary data, is in list of tuple. So we need to slice list of tuple, for make separate. Now binary data will separate from list of tuple. Now let's print BytesIO object. Here you can see, BytesIO object created. Now let's see, how we will open student picture from BytesIO object, using pillow image class. But before I want to do something, when we run this program for checking or testing, every time I need to log in student account, by entering ID number and password, so it wastes our little time. So I will directly call this function, for directly access student dashboard. Here I need to pass student ID number, in student ID argument. Here you can see, now we can access student dashboard directly. Now I will show you example, by displaying student picture from BytesIO object, using pillow image class. Here is home page function. All stuff of home page we will create inside in home page function. Here I am creating a label, in home page frame, for display student picture. Now I will show you example, how we will display BytesIO stored student picture, in label. Here I am creating a image TK object, For display student picture in label, using pillow image TK class. For create image TK object, we need to open student picture using pillow image class. The image.open function takes image file path for open image file. But we stored student picture in BytesIO memory buffer. The image.open function also accept BytesIO object. It can read image binary data from memory buffer. Now let's add this image TK object to label. And also, we need to set label internal image variable value. This how you can watch dedicated video why image not showing. If the image config to label in a function, video link available in description box. Here you can see, student picture is showing in home page. Now let's see, how we will crop student picture, in a circle shape. For crop student picture in a circle shape, we will use pillow module. If you are following this project series, you will probably know, we used pillow module in somewheres. Now we will import another class of pillow module, which we will need to crop student picture in a circle shape. So we will need pillow image draw class, and image ops class. Here I will remove student picture from this label, which I added for show you example. Now let's talk about how we will convert student picture into a circle shape. For convert student picture in a circle shape, first we will create a grayscale image, using pillow image class, with black background color. And then we will draw a ellipse, like draw a circle shape, in grayscale image. And then, we will fit student picture, at the grayscale image. For make student picture in a circle shape, we will crop student picture, with the dimension of ellipse, or circle shape, which we draw before fitting student picture. Now let's implement in code how we will convert student picture into a circle shape. First here I will create student picture image object, using pillow image class. So we will pass BytesIO object to image.open function, for open student picture from memory buffer. Here I am creating a variable, with integer value 100, we will use this variable in somewheres. Here I am creating a grayscale image, using pillow image class. The L mode indicates that you are creating a new grayscale image, with the dimension of 100 by 100 pixels. Basically this grayscale image will use as a mask for crop another image. Now I will show you grayscale image. Using mask.show function, new grayscale image will display in your system image viewer. Here you can see, grayscale image is displaying in my Windows 10 image viewer. Now we will draw a circle shape in grayscale image, for crop student picture with the dimension of circle shape. Here I am creating a image draw object, called draw, which will provide method for draw a circle shape, in grayscale image. Draw class takes a image object argument, where you want to draw something. So we will draw circle shape in grayscale image, here I will pass grayscale image object. Using draw object ellipse method, we will draw a circle in grayscale image. Eclipse function takes some arguments. In the xy argument we will pass in tuple x and y position of circle shape. Here I will pass x and y position 0 and 0. And also here we will pass dimension of circle shape, means width and height of circle. In the fill argument 255 value, we'll set circle color completely white, which is a maximum intensity in grayscale image. Let's see how circle is looking in grayscale image. Here you can see a circle drew in grayscale image. So this circle will later use to crop student picture into a circle shape. Now let's see how we will fit student picture in grayscale image, and then how we will crop student picture in a circular shape. For fit student picture in grayscale image, we will use pillow image ops class.fit method. The image ops.fit method takes some arguments. The image argument will which image you want to fit. So we will fit student picture. Here I will pass student picture image object. The size argument will specify size of the bounding box to fit the image. Here I will set size, which size is of grayscale image. The centering argument will specify position of image within bounding box. Now student picture is ready to fit with grayscale image. Now we will put student picture into grayscale image, using putalpha function. The putalpha function will add transparency alpha channel. In the grayscale image, basically the alpha channel will transparent the black color area of grayscale image. The white circle part of grayscale image will remain, because the white area of grayscale image will not transparent. This because the alpha channel will only transparent black color area of grayscale image. And the same thing will happen with student picture, when the student picture will fit in grayscale image. The areas of student picture will transparent, which areas of student picture is covered in black color areas of grayscale image. Then this area of student picture will remain, because this area of student picture is covered in white circle shape, which will not transparent. So we got student picture in circular shape. The putalpha function will take image object argument, in which image we want to put alpha channel. So we will put alpha channel in grayscale image. Here I will pass grayscale image object. The putalpha function will fit student picture in grayscale image, and also it will add alpha channel in grayscale image, which will make student picture in a circular shape. Now let's see how student picture is looking in circular shape. Now the circular shape student picture is stored in the output variable, so we will display picture from output variable. Here you can see, student picture is cropped in a circular shape. But notice here, from here student picture is not properly circled. Let's fix this quickly. For solve this problem, simply you need to set outline argument value true, in the eclipse function. Now you can see, circle is perfect. Now press subscribe button, if you have not subscribed Tkinter Hub. Now let's display circular shape student picture, in dashboard home page. Simply here we will convert circular shape student picture image object, to TK image object. Here I will pass circular shape picture image object, for convert into TK image object. Now let's add this image TK object to label. Here you can see, now we can display logged in student picture and circular shape. Now let's see how we will display student details in dashboard home page. Here I am creating a label for display hi message with logged in student name. Here I will put student name with hi message. Here we have logged in student fetched details. Simply here I will get logged in student name by slicing list of tuple. Here is something went wrong. Let's see what I made mistake. Here mistakenly I put this label in root. I need to put this label in home page frame. Here you can see, logged in student name displaying with hi message. Now let's see how we will display student other details. Here I am creating another label. Basically in this label we will display these student details. Here I already created this text content of student details. Basically in a variable, I put logged in student fetched details, by slicing their index, with their details name. And also here I need to remove extra spacing from this text, otherwise spacing will add in label. Let's add this text to label. Here you can see, student details added in label. Now press subscribe button, if you have not subscribed Tkinter Hub. Now we have to create these other pages. Let's start to create dashboard student card page. Basically in the student card page, logged in student can renew or regenerate their student card. So we will start from creating these buttons. Before here I will collapse the code of dashboard home page function, because we have complete work with home page, so we don't need to touch home page function. Let's start work with dashboard student card page function. Here I am creating a button. Let's create button for print student card option. Here I will add printer emoji character in print student card button, using Windows Emoji Explorer. Now let's talk about how we will generate logged in student card, using logged in student data. For generate logged in student card, we will use a function, which we had created, for generate student card. So we will use draw student card function. If you remember that, we had created this function, for generate student card, when new student registered. If you have not watched part 6 of this video series, where we had created this function, you can watch this video link available in description box. Basically this function take two arguments, for generate a student card. Student pick path argument, will student picture path which will add in student card. Student data argument, will student details which will add in student card. So we have logged in student picture, and logged in student details. We can generate logged in student card using this function. Now let's see how we will use this function for generate logged in student card. So here we have logged in student picture data and details. Let's see how we will generate logged in student card using draw student card function. So we have stored logged in student picture in BytesIO memory buffer. Here we can pass BytesIO object in student pick path argument, because logged in student picture is stored in BytesIO object. Student details we will pass in string format. Here I already created this text content of student details, basically in a variable. I put logged in student fetched details, and also here I need to remove extra spacing from this text. Basically here is logged in student all details, which we will display in student card. Simply here we will pass logged in student details in student data argument. So the draw student card function will return student card in image object. So we can display generated student card using image object.show method for see how generated student card looking. Here you can see logged in student card generated, but here student details not added properly. Let's solve this problem. For solve this problem, we need to remove these break line escapes. Now student details added perfectly. But here is another problem. The student gender detail added at the age detail position, and the student age detail added at the gender detail position. Let's solve this problem. For solve this problem, simply we need to represent student gender detail before, and then we will represent student age detail. Now you can see, student card is so fair. Now let's see how we will display generated student card here. Simply we will convert generated student card image object into image TK object for display student card image in a label. Here I am creating a label for display generated student card. Let's add student card TK image object to label. Here you can see, logged in student card displaying in dashboard student card page. Now let's create save and print student card functionalities. So we had created already save and print student card functionalities, in part 6 of this video series. So we will just copy and paste. Again, if you have not watched part 6 of this video series, link available in description box. Simply here we will paste save and print student card functions. I had already explained about these functionalities in part 6 of video, now we will just use these functions. Let's add these functions to save and print student card buttons. Here you can see, student card saved. Now let's test print student card functionality. Here you can see also it's working. You can print student card using this Windows Print Pictures application. And that's for this video. In the next part of video, we will continue to create student dashboard. Thanks for watching this video. Subscribe our channel for more videos.